So today's topic is decision making, effective decision making, because leaders have to make decision every day. It's not about that leadership only. Think about it in the very beginning, early in the morning. You wake up with the alarm from your alarm clock or from your cell phone. So you really think that should I stop the snooze or should I sleep a little bit more? Or should I continue with the snooze? So you have to start your day. You wake up from sleep and you have to right away make decisions. And after that, until you go to the office or to your business, there are a lot of decisions to make. And which road I'm going to take, which way I'm going to take. Then when I get to the office, there are lots of things waiting on my table for me to make decisions. So at workplace, definitely that's all financial reasons. There are lots of things we have to make decisions. So even after we finish the work, come to our home, and in our day-to-day life, we are making decisions. So if we see that our life is actually composite of decisions, like we are making decisions are all we are always making decisions. So among these decisions, some decisions are easy, some are very complex and stressful. Sometimes it is easy and complex both. So, but we have to make decisions. I understand we're talking about the entire life. Now, let's get to the business. Let's get to the corporate life. That why do we have to make decisions, especially when you are a boss or a manager or a leader? You have to make decisions. So decision making is a top priority to create a culture of clarity because your employees are waiting for your decision. They depend on you. You are their leader. They think that the decision has to come from you. It's good or bad. I understand every time you cannot take good decision. I understand sometimes there will be there will be problems in your decision. There will be flaws in your decision. We are human beings. We started we started this world in this world with the decision, but the beginning decision was sometimes wrong. There was conflict with God. So things go like this. And in our life, we are making decisions because our people who depend on me are really, really, really waiting for our decisions. So why that? Why people wait for their decisions? Because when people are working under you, they're really a little bit scared to make decisions because normally they know that leaders will take the decisions, make the decision. And on the other hand, they think that if leaders make the decision, that decision will be better one. So as a leader, you always have to be in the front, especially during the crisis, and you have to take the initiative. And also is the most important characteristic of leadership is that you take initiative. You are in the front and you are saying, yes, I'll go for this. So employees see their leaders are always in the front and they want to see their leaders are active. And employees want to see that their leaders are able to handle difficult situations. And employees want to see that their leaders really care. So when you make good decisions or you make decisions, employees feel secure, better. So when you make good decisions or employee find that you make decisions for them and it makes their life easy and they want to work for you with you longer time. So it actually decrease, it minimize the employee turnover. Employees don't leave you that much. So, and on the other hand, when employees are working under you, with you, sometimes they're confused. They're looking for clarity, clarification. So before they start working on something. So good decision making makes the best use of resources because employees are waiting. If they wait longer, you are wasting time. Time is money. So if you want to make the best use of the resources, including your employees, so you actually have to make decisions so that you can make the best use of the resources, time, and you can make better output. So employees will be able to only contribute effectively at work when you make a better decision. So let's think about it. What happens actually when leaders cannot decide quickly? So before I get to that, actually, I'll tell you that as a leader, you have to move quickly because employees don't want to see that their leaders are weak because the power of decision making or making decisions is actually signify, is actually clarify, it actually shows what kind of leader you are. So all the followers, employees, the members in your family, they want to see you are a strong leader, you are a strong decision maker, you are not weak, you don't hesitate what to do what you think right, especially during the crisis time. So when you do that, they actually see that their leaders can actually help them survive in difficult situations. So when you cannot make the decision quickly in an effective way, they think that you are not able to really save them when there will be time of difficulties. And also they see it like this, that their leaders don't care. That's a big problem because if employees start believing that you don't care about them, they will lose their trust on you. That's the biggest problem. Because when, as soon as the employees lose their trust on you, they don't believe you, that's it, the game over. Because if they do not trust you, they will not take your lead and they will not actually accept your advice, or they will not go through and follow the process of your decision. So everything is depending that to maintain that trust by making better decision. So, and also employees feel insecure. Employees think that if I work under this leader, I'm going to be in big trouble. And there's no future working under this trouble because under this leader, because this leader doesn't make decision quickly and effectively, and he is weak. He is unable to lead people. So, and also, you know that at workplace, sometimes we have some employees, they're advantage seekers. They look for the holes where they can really hit. So some people are waiting to take advantage, wasting time, wasting resources, not putting their attention at work. They're browsing cell phone all the time. So they are busy with doing crazy things and they want to do crazy things, the people who take advantage. So when you are slow in making decisions, you are not making effective decisions because of your sometimes like wrong decisions. The process is disrupted and there are more defects, there are more problems, and that decision actually created more problems for the work. So employees will automatically take advantage. Not everyone is the advantage seekers. So, and also when employees will feel insecure and employees will feel that they're not learning under you, they're not getting good direction under you, they're not really safe under you, so they will actually leave the organization. As in many trainings I talk about that, is that many employees leave the company. 80% of the employees in the world, they leave their company. It's not that they don't like the company, it's don't like that they don't like their job. In most cases actually they don't like their boss, that's why they want to quit. So it's all together. If a leader is wrong in making decision, is slow in making decision, and also does not make decision at all, that leader actually wastes a lot of time and resources of the company. Because you have to understand that in a company, actually lots of people have stake on that company. The investors, all the leaders, customers, local government who which is depending on that business for tax revenue, and you as an employee. So there are lots of people are hanging, or they put their future on that company. So when leaders make decisions, as the productivity efficiency become very slow, it reduced, the productivity is reduced or shrunk, and then the efficiency is shrunk. So from this discussion we understood one thing is that you have to make decisions as quickly as possible, as organized way as possible. So one thing I want to tell you in the beginning, before I get to the next point, do not try to be perfectionist. It means that before even you make a decision, if you think that that decision has to be 100% correct, it's not going to happen. Because when you actually make decision, you use your data, information, facts, experience, knowledge, you make a decision. But still there is a chance that you will make some mistake. From my point of view, if your decision, if you feel that is going to be minimum 80% correct, go for it. So let's get some tips how to make better decision. This is live. I cannot be able to bring all the information here because of time shortage. Is in other training and other things, in other executive training we are doing, is possible there. But as much as I can, I'm trying to cover so that really I can equip you. So first of all, when you make a decision, you really need to identify the risk you take. What kind of problems associate with this decision making? What could be, if I make this decision, what could be the consequence? So you are identifying the risk related to the decision. But one thing I want to tell you, before even start thinking about making decision or finding the alternatives, stop thinking the problem is a problem, is bothering you, is that. So think that the problem is an opportunity, is it's bringing some chances for you, make the organization forward, entire team to get some success. Things happen for reasons. God gave us incidents, things for reasons. So stop thinking about the problem. So set aside time to reflect on your mistakes. Do not worry about making too many mistakes. Do not worry about that. When you, a lot of people before they make decision, they start thinking that, am I gonna make mistakes? What's gonna happen if I make mistakes? That I'm gonna look bad. So when you start thinking like that, you actually distracting yourself from thinking good ideas, alternatives, facts, risk, consequences. That means like at that time you cannot think functionally, reasonably. So altogether, you have to understand that You are encouraging yourself when you're making a decision. You say that, hey, I am a leader, I have to make decision. I will make the best use of my knowledge, ideas, experience. I'll make a better decision and I am able to make a better decision. And when you have that mind and start thinking alternative before you go for one, because when you make a decision, there are lots of alternatives. Maybe you can do this way, maybe you can do that way, maybe you can delegate that thing to someone else. So think about the alternative and think which one will give you more output. And also in that case, when it's related to your mistakes, I will tell you that you have to safeguard or control your emotion. During the crisis, things happen. Sometimes bad things happen. So when you bad things happen, sometimes we get emotional, we get nervous, we get overwhelmed, we go crazy because we start thinking that if I cannot survive this situation, what is going to happen in my life? Am I going to lose the job? Am I going to look bad in the eyes of my followers? Am I going to prove that I am a bad leader? So try to control your emotion. Do not go to that part. Actually, you have to always think that I am a leader here. My job is to make a decision. I will try my best. There could be mistakes. It always happens. Many leaders, many great leaders made decision with some mistakes. It's okay, but I will try my best. So don't fear the consequences. You will think about the consequences of the alternative, but don't fear about it, because when we start fearing, we start getting scared when we make decision. It actually hinders our decision making process and it also becomes an obstacle. And in most cases, when we are afraid, we are emotional, we are thinking or overthinking about mistakes, we actually ourselves, that leader himself or herself becomes an obstacle on the way of making a better decision. So go with your gut instincts. You have a feeling after you apply your ideas, your experience, your logistics, your data, and the opinions and suggestions from your team members. When you put all this together, you come up with a solution that I'm going to do this way, I'm going to do that way. So when you will come up with a solution, if you believe that that's a good one, believe yourself and go for it. So always you have to remember that the problem or the things happen or we the initiative is a ball. It's like the way in football game or soccer in America. So what happens is that 11 players in one side, 11 players are on the other side. Total 22 players, including all the audiences. Where are their eyes on? On the ball, right? The ball is the most instrumental thing. It make things happen. এই বলটা ডিসাইড করে যে আপনি কি জিতবেন বা কি করবেন. So the ball is a problem or initiative. So your eyes as the leader have to be on the ball all the time, not on your emotion, not on your mistake, not on the consequences, not on the fear. So sometimes when you are making decisions, there's sometimes bad things happen, disruption or the things. Don't overthink on this. And more importantly, you believe yourself. That's the biggest and most important thing. You know why I'm saying? Because we are always scared. We don't want to look bad. So that's why we do group think. Group think means that we want to think like all other people. But you know that as a leader, sometimes it happens that you know it's right. All the people around you, they don't believe you at that moment probably, and they're thinking that you are wrong, but you know that you are right. So do the thing when you feel it's right. Do not break down under social pressure or environmental pressure or your team pressure. Avoid groupthink because you are the center, epicenter of your own decision making civilization. I mean, civilization. What you are a solar, you in your solar system, you are the sun, and you are making the decision. The way the sun, without the existence of sun, everything will disappear, including the earth we are living on, because the sun provides that heat and light that actually makes us go. And all the animals, all other things, everything is depending on the sun. So in the same way, in a team, you are a sun. You are in the control seat. So people are looking at you, but I'm telling you that sometimes you have a better decision. You have a better decision than all the people in your team. So if you believe, please avoid groupthink. Groupthink is very dangerous because when we try to look like others, sometimes we make bad decisions. We try to make decisions according to what other people thinking. So no, of course you will take their suggestions, you will go to them for opinions, you will go to them for some input data, all these things, but the decision as a leader is yours. So avoid groupthink. So altogether, we learn that why decision making is important. If we don't make decision, what happen, and how we can make better decisions. These three things. But one thing I'm telling you, you cannot leave the scene without making a decision. Okay? When things happen, when we have a project or when we have to do something, if you don't make decision right there, any kind of decision, your employees, your followers will be frustrated. So you have to make a decision. Sometimes maybe the decision is not that good. You still have to make a decision because your employees are looking at you. So sometimes it is says that a wrong decision is better than no decision at all. As a leader, you're not going to succeed all the time. As a leader, you are not going to make right decisions all the time. But as a leader, you have to make a decision every moment based on your observation, based on your input, based on your experience and education, based on the help, opinions and clarification and ideas from others. But you have to make a decision. A wrong decision is better than no decision at all, because if you leave the scene, if you leave the office without making a decision for your employees for the next day, for the next project, your employees will think that you are losing your leadership capabilities. You are a weak person, and they are not safe under your leadership. They are not getting best service from you, so they will gradually lose their trust on you. And when they lose their trust on you, it will be really hard for you, really hard for you to lead them. Because even if you make a wrong decision or a faulty decision, when your employees will see that you are very honest, you tried your best, you failed, but you tried your best, you really care about the employees, still they will stick to you. So please, leaders, learn how to make better decisions. In another time, probably we will elaborate on this. So, but after this live, please think how to make better decisions and join our live next Friday. So I will definitely be with you all the time as